What is my karma at currently?
2.
Cool. Okay. It's maybe a bit low for what this might possibly result in. Do I think, I'm not doing it yet, but do I think, based on my knowledge and such, that I would be able to detach myself from the karma system without, doing any other type of detaching? Just by messing around with the ley lines and stuff.
Yeah. In the end result, you definitely would be able to, but you don't know how much time it would take it, because it would be trial and error.
Yeah, cool. And each time I would probably end up losing karma, so it would be
Basically.
expensive.
Yeah. So you might be stuck at negative karma.
Yeah, that was my worry.
But yeah, it's a possibility. So you guys finally go up to the central temple, and you can see a lot of people moving in, moving out. But the elder actually guides you kind of around the main entrance towards the back entrance, where there's less people. And instead of seemingly going up to the central hall and similar to what you would basically imagine the inside of a church looking like or similar, he guides you towards the back door, towards a basement-like area. You can see going downward there's torches having been lit to guide a path with a spiraling staircase at first that kind of straightens out into a bit of a darkish room. There's a bunch of tables with candles on each, lighting up the immediate area. There's a hushy silence, almost like in a library, with a lot of reading and transcription going on as people are writing stuff down, studying. Most of them have elder-like robes. There's a few monk-like clothing figures as well. But there's not a lot of conversation going on. When you enter, not a lot of people even look at your direction. There's mostly focus on what they're doing without caring about anything else in the world. Elodie, you can immediately tell that most of these elders also are detached.
Mm.
There's a couple of elders that are not. The monk closed are not, and a few older elders that are not. Both of them have somewhere in 5-figure karma levels.
But all detached
But
have one?
everyone who's detached has one karma.
Yes, everyone who's
Okay,
detached
so the
has one.
detach ritual seems to just reset them to 1 when it happens. That was expected based on this elder, obviously, but it wasn't confirmed, so...
Or maybe... No, yeah, maybe it not automatically resets, but like it's... you can't gain karma, and it only deteriorates to 1, so...
Yeah, that's
time
true.
progresses, they just slowly drop back to 1. Maybe that.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, I mean, it drops to 0, I think. That's why you need to do stuff.
No,
Yeah,
no,
for
but
normal
this
people it
ritual,
would.
the detached ritual seems to stop it from going to 0.
Ah, okay.
So
Wait, real quick. You said LODC strings around them, right?
yeah,
Karma
strings, detached karma strings in those cases?
Well, they're not actually karma strings, they're ley lines. The karma
Magical
system is
strings.
the karma is magic, basically.
Basically, it's like internet lines, but not all, like internet and electricity lines. So some of these guys have electricity lines, but not internet lines. So
Wait, but are there lines just like cut and just dangling around?
The lines like gather around them, but they don't touch them. Whereas for the other people, the lines actually touch them.
Oh. I was thinking maybe we could do like the Avatar movie where you just attach to the lines.
Yeah. So yeah, technically we have these lines touching us as well because we are all affected by the karma.
What body part?
All
I
around.
kind of I was kind of just assuming it was all around, kind of like an aura, you know, if in fiction. Obviously, they're just generally glowy blobs rather than lines, but that was the kind of thing I was picturing, but made of lines.
So this in the Nikita, basically going by name at this point, guides you guys through the room, kind of keeping it hush, entering a chamber behind the room that leads into a corridor. It kind of expands into this almost underground university kind of feel. Everything is lit by torches or candles, which is scary when there's also a lot of books around. But the walls are mostly stone-like, so at least the whole thing won't burn down. Slowly, you guys start descending with him towards lower chambers until you enter a more lively room, and in both senses there's more light in it, and as you approach it there's chatter going on. It's a wide circular room. There's a lot of similar stonish laying tables around it, as you've seen in the in Nikita's office. In the center of this stonish room, there's almost a hologram-looking bluish sun that's floating, spinning, and it's emitting light that's lighting up the whole room.
And just to confirm, is the sun thing magical?
Yes,
Yes.
you can almost see like magnetic lines going around it from leyline perspective.
Sweet.
So yeah, it's emitting a light that's lighting up the room, and there's more elders here, way more monks standing around. Everyone's chatting. You see one of the monks actually laying down on one of the stone tables while other monks are listening to what seems to be some kind of instructions given by an elder towards them. So it almost seems like this is some kind of a training slash learning room. As Nikita enters, he notices and calls off one of the guys in the crowd, shouting loudly, "Yaroslav!" as a very tall, like 7 feet, elder. But so to describe him, basically the same elder robes, 7 feet tall, very dark complexion with a white beard, but looks overall pretty young, probably late 20s looking. As Yaroslav starts walking towards you guys, Nikita looks.
What was his name again? This guy? Can you
Yaroslav.
spell it or write it somewhere?
Wait, what's the English spelling for it? Yaroslav. This is how I guess.
Oh, thank you.
You're
could
a
be spelled-
Slav? Oh, not a Slav. Slav.
Nikita kind of immediately looks at you guys and says, "That's the Master Elder. Try to be polite." As this man approaches the group and says, Nikita, you stay silent. Who are you, fine folk?
Nice to meet you. I am Elodie Vauclin, and these are my companions, CTA, Marky, and Bob. We are here for, well, different reasons, but I think Marky in particular was wanting to speak to you. I'm mainly here because Nikita has agreed to send some messages on behalf of Bob.
You just immediately see Nikita doing the shut up signal towards you as he's like, "This is the Master Elder."
I, with my no expression on my face, just sort of like glance at him, and I'm just like kind of, I don't know, cock my head to the side because that's the closest I've got to an expression.
What message needs to be sent by you, Bob?
Basically, so the messages are to of personal matter that I do not want to
All
disclose.
personal matters that are conducted within the temple grounds are not personal, but part of the community's knowledge. Let us know so we can ensure we commence everything that is morally right and do not enclave ourselves within purposes of evil doings.
Just what is the out of character? I love that Nikita's just like absolutely like I didn't realize that out of character. I didn't realize that he was going behind his boss's back to do this. I figured, hey, if he's okay with it, the other guy's probably fine with it too. It's quite funny that he's clearly not.
I believe Nikita would be better to share them with you, as I have to meditate to grow stronger and stronger.
Nikita, is this man high? Apologies, Yaroslav. I thought the incense will wear them off, but these are foreign travelers from faraway lands. They say they are from the same origins as Morts, actually.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a thing. We're totally from Mortopia, or whatever the fuck it is Morts come from.
And Nikita starts slowly sliding away as Yaroslav looks over you all. I see free metal people from you, but why you, Bob? You're a man, just like the rest of us, are you not?
I stifle a laugh.
I am not like many men I've met, but I believe every man is unique. So, yeah, I'm not like the others, and the others are not like me.
You're definitely not like the others, he says as he brushes your cheek.
Oh boy.
Oh, fucking pedo.
He's happily married, you should know.
A lot of us were. If it's not something you're into, I will not push.
Yeah, I would rather not, despite having this cool ass chastity belt. And I point to the scope.
Is that a goat?
I didn't get that.
Is that a goat?
Goat. He's
Uh,
asking if it's a goat.
No. We don't sleep with animals.
He is a bit shocked by that response, but he's intrigued as he just gestures towards the food table. Come, let's eat. We have some butterbroads for you.
I like my crotch rocket. Thank you.
Butterbrot is for eating.
Okay, but I'm stuffed actually. I can have some. But
What the-
I won't die, right?
No. You can't just take it food. You can't take in food. It just doesn't do anything for you.
Okay, I will share. Oh, do you also have vodka?
We have something similar. It's a bit stronger. Homemade, basically. From
Oh,
potatoes.
palinka. That sounds good.
Yeah. So he pours basically something 70, 80 degrees. You call it degrees, right? Alcohol degrees.
Percent,
Yeah.
I think,
Percent.
or proof,
But
or something
Proof,
like that.
proof and
Yeah.
degrees. So in Bulgaria we use degrees.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
Rakia is from the store. It's 37.5. Homemade is like 52.
Yeah,
Cool.
this is 70, 80. This
Ah.
is closer to pure ethanol than it is to vodka. So it's strong, and also when with butterbrot, he just referenced what it seems to be a sandwich made out of white bread, mayonnaise, and a very simple slice of sausage. As he's just handing out these little sandwiches to everyone, saying, "Come on, eat up," and starts filling in shots of this stronger vodka. And let's call it vodka for simplicity's sake. Moonshine, probably, of his moonshine towards glasses and just handing them over. It is nice to meet people who come out from external places. It is. I understand now why Nikita brought you here, and very happy you have a chance to talk to you. So what?
Well, I'm glad to have a chance to talk to you as well. Do you have any interest in advanced technology?
He takes a shot.
I take a shot.
What are we talking about?
Oh, quantum engines? Or if that's too complex for you, maybe just nuclear fusion. I tried that with the orcs, but they blew themselves up.
That does not sound morally good.
Yeah, I know, they're stupid.
That sentence does not sound morally good.
Oh, damn it. I really need to detach myself from this fucking system before I give myself negative karma again.
As you call it, a fucking like the system didn't punish you for calling orcs stupid, but once you say
Aw.
fucking system, you go from 2 to 1.
Damn it!
Yeah. See,
What I meant to say is that this system is really wonderful and great. It's so great that I want to detach myself from it, like you have done.
He puts his
I lose
glass
karma
back
for
on the
lying.
table. Yeah, you do. If it's not a white lie, at least. But he does put his glass on the table. He looks at you, Elodie. What did Nikita tell you about detachment?
Nikita didn't tell us a great deal. We mostly worked it out for ourselves and then pressured him into admitting that what we had concluded was the truth. But just to make a long story short, I can see the thing that you would call magic. And that sight allows me to calculate the amount of karma people in this city have. Your monks over there have in the 5-figure range. You and the others who are detached only have 1, interestingly enough. But it seems you're not able to go below 1, which is very convenient when you want to do things that the system doesn't approve of.
Make sure those words don't escape those lips anywhere outside this chamber.
Well, fortunately for both of us, I don't have lips.
I assume this was a mask.
I peel off my face and show him all the wires and circuits and stuff that are underneath it.
I
He
can do the
drinks-
same, but it will probably hurt you.
He drinks from the bottle this time, like takes a good chug. Okay, I needed some time to adjust for that. Please, whenever you do that again, warn people.
Fair enough.
Apologies. So, you know about the system, you know about detachment. Is that why you came here?
Actually, the reason I came here was mainly because I want to see your people using magic, or the effect that you would refer to as magic, because after some recent updates to my body, I believe there is a chance that I can learn some of these tricks that you can do. Not you specifically, just you
Yeah.
as in humans in general.
We do lessons here. Feel free to watch the sessions if you need. He kind of just gestures towards the elder lecturing the more monks around one of the stone beds.
Can I hear from where I am what they're talking about?
Not really. You would have to come
Okay.
closer.
Does it look like they're talking about magic, or are they just talking about
Like one of the
philosophy?
monks is laying on the stone table, and it seems they're talking something about the stone tables. If it's magic or not, can't exactly tell from this distance.
Yeah. In that case, I will clarify. So yeah, when I say learning about human stuff, I'm talking about like the magical side of things, not the stone tables or whatever.
That is fine. These are our ritual tables. This is how we conduct the rituals, which I think you would define as magic.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much then. I will take you up on that offer.
Also, you said that the nuclear fusion is which led to blowing the orcs was morally bad, but actually we were trying to do good by teaching them how to have free electricity because their society is not this evolved like yours, and they have to pay with money, and they don't have time to do good because they're engaged in
I
making.
understand where you're going. I will answer you like this. If you give a child a sword and he cuts himself, who did the bad thing, the child or you? It was you. You did
No,
not
I
give the-
taught the child a valuable lesson that
you
swords
should
are
have
sharp.
you should have taught him of that swords are sharp before giving him the sword. And that was the critical
Okay,
mistake.
okay. In our defense, they were already using a mana fission reactor. So I had sort of assumed that they knew that nuclear power was dangerous already. I mean, how much of a difference is there
So-
between fission and fusion? Like it's like
It's-
comparing a candle to
It's as different as I and you.
no. Well, okay, let's just put it like this. It's a good thing that I didn't teach them about antimatter drives then. Or you might not have a planet left.
Absolutely.
See? So
So
much
you did-
restraint I was showing.
So you did a lesser evil.
Well, look, it was meant to be, it was made with good intention.
Absolutely. So it is a lesser evil.
Okay, fine. Let's just be glad I didn't have the karma system when I was doing that then.
Okay. So that one is here to learn. Are you three also learners? Interested in our craft?
I'm more interested in gods, and I want to learn more about them and how to protect yourself from a god. I do not wish to be detached, but I wish to engage with a god and have a not so friendly conversation with him.
He takes a second thinking about it. How dangerous would this engagement with the god you mentioned would be? How dangerous for the both of you?
Well, only one will walk out of it standing.
Very dangerous then, yeah.
Wait, that's 50% danger, right?
I can make an inquiry into our artifactory to see if we have anything that may be of use. In the meantime, feel free to use our library. We have quite some sources on godlyhood, as our ancestors had to understand them before.
And do you have many materials on? I believe it was Soul of the Dead, the Dead Soul, the Dead Soul.
Oh. He takes a second. Well, those you can find those books in the fictional sector. They are quite disputed, but if such pseudoscience interests you, feel free to indulge yourself. The librarian would definitely be able to help you out on finding the correct
Oh,
sources.
for a second there, you were going to say the librarian would definitely laugh at you if you read them.
Yeah, so basically there is a library for you to use if you wish to.
Now Bob has to make the hardest decision of his life. Does he read books or does he meditate?
Oh no.
Oh, I will meditate for 1 more hour. I believe 30 minutes have passed.
Yeah, they
since
would
we-
help. Yeah,
Nice.
They would help. So you have 1 hour more just to do. Yeah, Marky CTA.
I don't know. This world is confusing to me.
Well, until CTA figures out what to say, Marky steps in and says, "Well, I mean, there are these two, creatures inside of me, and yeah, I don't think I'd like to be sharing this body with them anymore." And Connie just immediately launches herself at him, and she shouts, and he just hauls it apart from himself.
Oh, I see. It's multiple people in one body. Oh, dealt with this before standard procedure. Feel free to lay on the table. He kind of just gestures towards one of the closest stone beds. Feel free to lay on it. We can commence the ritual. I've done this 1,000 times probably. It would be quite good if your friends are helping you during that time. It kind of helps to hold on to the personality you need. Are you fine with starting now, or would you like to do it another time? I understand it might be hard.
Well, I suppose we could just finish whatever my friends are doing now, and then we can get to it.
Hey, mister, can I detach myself to the resentment I hold for my family?
We can definitely attempt to. Psychological resentment is a bit hard to detach because it is part of what makes us us. So you're trying to detach part of yourself from yourself.
Right, they're gonna detach CTA from his daddy issues, and he just becomes a completely chill dude.
Yeah, that's how Carlos does character development. Never mind gradual changes over time. It's just you flip a switch and now you're a different character.
We can definitely attempt that, but it might just make stuff worse.
In what way? Would I lose my passion for gambling or something? In that case, I wouldn't like to do that.
So, what is you have resentment for your family? Yes.
Yes, they want to kill me.
Well, you might accidentally grow a need for approval from your family together with the resentment. So you will resent them but also want to be approved by them.
This detachment stuff seems to be kind of risky, no? Wait, so
Well-
Marky could get even more personalities or what?
You get
No,
infected with another virus.
For him, it's easier. I just inspect his body, we understand what is the exact problem, and if it's just 3 personalities, we take out 2. Bada bing, bada boom, he's left with 1. For you, I inspect you, there's only 1 of you, then I have to slice out the exact part that you don't want.
Hmm.
I mean, if you can go to the table,
I know
I'll
what.
show it.
I take out a gold coin. On a 1, I will detach the resentment. I mean on heads. That's 1.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like I'll keep it.
It seems like fate has decided that this resentment is something you have to deal with yourself.
Oh, can I detach myself from fate?
He, yes, he like questions it himself. I think so.
Okay, let's do that. Sounds like gambling would be more fun then. If the world wouldn't, if I'm not bound to deterministic principles.
I'm just imagining him completely disassociating from like cause and effect. It's just like at the start of combat, it's just like CTA is immediately KO'd, and then like 3 rounds in, the enemy just dies. You see CTA standing behind him with a knife in his hand or something. It's just like totally out of nowhere.
I will say I have not done Fate before, so I may need to do some studying, and this might take a couple hours more to understand what exactly I'm trying to do.
I trust you fully.
So do we start with you, or we still do your friend that's easier as a warm-up?
I mean, if he needs more prep time. I mean, Marky didn't want to start before the
So
session ends,
he's
right?
saying that he doesn't need a prep time separately. He would be doing prep time by while casting the ritual, basically analyzing you. So you would be just laying on the table for a couple hours while he does his thing. Which for Mark it seems like it's easier. So whichever you guys prefer.
I mean, I guess I can go first. Sure, let's do that.
Alright. I would ask your friends to gather around as he kind of has you lay on the stone table. You kind of need to gather around and think what you know about your friend. You said your name was what, Marky, right? So think about what Marky means for you, while I try and scour what exactly is wrong with our friend here, okay?
He is
Sure.
the quota. He's the token.
Hey, as a fellow diversity token, being the female representation of the group, Elodie will be supportive of Marky's position.
Well, CTA is also the token kid that got bullied.
I thought for a second there you're going to say that like token gay guy or something because of how high pitched his voice is, but no.
What? I mean, it's related,
Okay.
but I'm not that stereotyping.
Oh.
But yeah, Bob is just there, the straight white male.
Yep.
He's like the token Easterner, but that doesn't really
fair,
matter.
fair.
No, he's the token.
Bob's the token racist.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the token guy with the hard shell but the soft insides that he never shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Soft
the
inside,
soft
relative
insides.
to- Relative
Yeah,
to
the
3 robots.
soft insides because I'm a fleshy.
Yeah.
Okay. So he starts doing some kind of ritual, saying what seems like a mantra or a prayer. And Elodie, you can definitely see the ley lines starting to shift around Marky as there's a bluish mist coming from the table that engulfs Marky entirely. And he asks for everybody to kind of extend their hands towards Marky. Assuming
Yeah.
you guys do,
Yeah.
the mist and the ley lines start covering up to the wrist, with the hands kind of connecting the hands towards the cloud that's in Marky. That's around Mark. Mark, you sense a strange tingling of yourself for yourself. For a second, there's Connie's voice taking over, then Butcher's, then yours is kind of making a mission mash as you feel being pulled deep within yourself. You suddenly find yourself in a corridor where you've been before. Behind the glass, you see the Battle of Alphanol commencing. Dolly and your other three teammates run past you through this corridor shouting for you to go. Your mind is clear, there's no Connie or Butcher here. But as you go, in front of you, a chainmail based Mort appears and immediately tears one of your companions to shreds at transforming and launches Dahlia backwards. You can see, you remember this moment. During this fight with Mort was the moment where you lost your team, lost your own soul, but gained Connie. And for a split second, as everybody else blinks or does a CPU cycle, suddenly, instead of your teammates, you see Elodie, Bob, and CTE as you four find yourselves in front of this giant metal Mort. Wait for a second, do I have a reference picture? And that roars, and you know where you just were. You realize this can't be real, right? But it feels real. It feels strangely present. I have the art. And at the start of the next session, we're gonna roll initiative.
Nice.
That guy didn't say we need to fight.
Nope.
Oh boy, that is a spooky looking Mort. Is that AI generated or did you actually find that art? Because I've had a hell of a hard time getting AI to do chainmail.
It's AI enhanced. I gave
Cool.
it a base picture and we enhanced from it.
Nice.
Yeah,
So-
that's very cool. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the end of today's session.
That
Well,
was
I'm
fun.
glad now that Marky went ahead and did the ritual because that's a really cool kind of place to leave off for a session. Like if you had wanted to, keep waiting, it would have been just like, oh, okay, you're in a room with some monks. End of session. Whereas now instead we've obviously got chainmail Mort, corridor in space, Battle of Alphanol in the background. Definitely more epic.
Yeah, plus if we kill this guy, Marky might be free.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Or we
We might
can
need to do this
actually
twice. because this is only for Connie. We might need to do it again for Butcher.
We can leave Butcher. I don't mind him. Marky will not be that efficient torturer without Butcher.
Yeah, but there's
I
also
mean-
less chance Sparky will try and kill us without Butcher.
I mean, yeah, it's just like Americans, we remove the communists, the murderers, dictators, they can stay. At least they're
Yeah.
not
As long as the murderers and dictators are placed by us, it's
Yeah.
entirely
We're
fine.
good to go.
Even if they occasionally murder some of our own people, so long as they do what we tell them the rest of the time, it's fine.
Some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yes. Gotta say, I was really surprised, pleasantly surprised, by how accommodating these monks were. Especially after, like, when we first got introduced to Nikita, and it was all like, oh yeah, he's detached from the system, so he doesn't need to be nice. I was like, oh yeah, these guys are going to be completely useless to us. But then, actually, they were both helpful anyway.
I mean, they literally don't need to be like assholes because they don't need to do anything. They just live the most chill life in the world.
Yeah, they could live the most chill life in the world, or Nikita could just give us a guided tour of the city for some reason.
Well, that's the thing. He has nothing better to do by definition.
Yeah, okay, to be fair, he was writing a book about cow insemination when we showed up, so compared to that, yeah.
Hey, that's important research.
Well, also, you have to take into account, for them, you're not just like tourists, you're like actually somebody interesting.
Fair, yeah.
So, they, especially for Nikita, he seems to have gained interest in, okay, so these guys want to kill God. You know what? That sounds interesting. How can I help?
Yeah. It's quite funny though that Nikita was all like, no, don't tell him this stuff. And yet, as soon as we start talking, the guy's like, okay, how can I help you? I'll do everything I can to assist. I wonder,
Well-
like, would his outlook have completely changed if we told him that Nikita was going to send a message for us? Oh well, we did tell him that, but I mean, if we told him that he wanted to send a message to, okay, actually, yeah. Now that I think about it, the messages he wants to send are pretty major, aren't they?
Yeah, because Nikita mentioned that Yuroslav is the one who's directly communicating with society. So
Yeah, that's true.
he's
Yeah.
actually doing their bidding.
Yeah, right. So he might report back to the bosses.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, fine. This guy wants some stuff about killing gods. Okay, I'm gonna let society know about that. Oh, this guy wants a personality split. Yeah, I can do that, and because that's just usual stuff within his day of work.
Yeah.
Like
Gotta
stuff
say
like-
though, if
Go
if
ahead.
Marky's ritual works out, that's great. If I can spy on some magic dudes or whatever, that's fine, But I feel like CTAs, if it goes well, that has definitely got the most heavy implications. Like, obviously, if he manages to find something for Bob, then yeah, that could directly lead us towards killing Savit, which would be awesome. But, like, severing CTA from Fate itself definitely feels like it should be a major deal.
Yeah, like the ritual goes right, and CT just disappears. Like he's not part of Destiny anymore, so he just exists outside reality.
Oh, yeah.
No, the DM stops having control over what Karolis can do.
Yeah, instead of rolling a dice, anytime you would roll, you just choose a number. Everything's crits from now on.
Hey, the only logical way to detach me from fate would be to make me fate.
I see.
To reverse the connection,
Wait, so you
No,
become the
Carl,
DM?
Carolus, CTA becomes Fate. CTA is now the DM of this campaign. Not Carolus, but CTA
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
DM.
Yeah, we
No.
just switch
Karolis
places
is
and the
the
DM
DM.
just becomes a playable character.
I'm
Yeah.
fine
No,
with
no,
that.
no. You have to DM the DM DMing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Every time we ask Lucas what we can do now, he has to first ask Carolus what we can do now.
No, I have to roll to see what how well I figure out what you can do.
Oh yeah.
Or I'm just
So-
there narrating like the meta for whole thing. And the
Every time I-
Lithuanians said in this D&D campaign to do this and that.
Every time I try to, I try for AI to create like an enemy art, I have to make a roll.
No, it's like you just like with the chainmail guy, you need to provide a reference image before the AI can add to it, but all of the reference images have to be provided by Carlos.
Oh,
I have a
Actually,
database for
the
that.
way you could do it is that he CTA severs himself from fate. So if he whenever he rolls a nat 20, he gets to choose what the roll was retroactively. He chooses the nat 20.
Yes.
no, but we'll see. This is insane because I never. Yeah, what this forces me to do is to actually think about is fate a real thing in Dikuniversum, which is insane. I have to
They
now
are
grasp
like-
that concept.
They are like, we have detached you from fate. Good luck. There was never any fate. All the decisions you made are your own fault.
Hey, I mean, to be fair, that could be a major revelation itself. It's like this guy's like believing in fate or something, and then it's like, hey, so we tried to sever you from fate, only it turns out fate doesn't exist. So, mind blown. But yeah, obviously it will be cooler if it turns out fate does exist and CTA is now exempt from it. Whatever that means in practice.
We'll see.
We have yet to see.
Yeah. It could end up being that fate is kind of like, society and community, and it's just like this sort of capital letter thing that has influence over the world.
Or the guy misheard you and didn't think you're talking about fate, but he thought you were talking about fate. FAIT.
ITH, yeah. That is a good point as well, yeah.
Of course, I can detach you from fate.
Yeah. Which would not actually be all that different from detaching you from God in the first place, but
Yeah. No,
he needs a 2-hour research period to determine
so-
the difference between faith and God.
No, CTA stops believing in Savid. CTA has not seen Savid. He has not dealt with Savid.
Oh
He has
yeah.
only dealt with Bob being stupid.
So it's literally it's just like the magic thing for Transunies, except it now applies to gods as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, thanks for the session.
Yeah.
And I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Thanks for the
Thanks
session,
for the
Lucas.
session. See you later.
Damn, you guys.
See ya.
Bye. Till next week.